cycle 4. So C, then I go F, B flat, E flat, then we go A flat, Hi and welcome back everyone, I'm Korey Hicks. Today we're going to be talking about extended pentatonics. This is one of these concepts that even my intermediate students often don't have a full grasp of, and they're used all the time in music, especially from your favorite classic rock, blues, country players, that type of thing. I was just playing in kind of an Eric Clapton 1980s vibe, using the middle pickup of my 59 reissue Strat into a chorus pedal, and he did that thing an awful lot in the 80s. So what I've found growing up is that a lot of players use these extended pentatonics, kind of taking the neck at an angle like this, rather than using the 5 boxes that you probably already know. The extended pentatonics go like this. That's kind of the open position one, and basically it's a rule of I have the root, which is E, I'm sliding into the major third, that's with my third finger, then I'm going to the 5th and 6th of the scale. Remember, a major pentatonic is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 of any scale. And then I find that root again. You can do an awful lot of music with that. I'm going to add that 2 right here on my ring finger at the 4th fret to give a bend if I want it. And then the whole pattern just extends again. So I had 1, 2, slide to 3, 5, 6, 1, 2, slide to 3, 5, 6, 1. The second octave of it actually has a little bit of a different fingering. I'm still going to slide into the major third using my ring finger. But here, playing the 5th with my first finger, my middle finger is going to play the 6. Now this is a little awkward, yes, but it's so that we can get the first finger on the root. All of these extended pentatonics, root, 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 root. The root is always on the first finger. This does 2 things for us. It helps us to reset the pattern so we can play it fast, but it also allows us to bend with the ring finger. Which is one of the most common things you're going to do once you get up there. And so, again, starting on the root, sliding to the 3rd, 5th of the scale, and the 6th with the middle finger. We only have to do this on the G string to the B string. Remember, the guitar is tuned completely in 4ths except for the G to the B string, which is a major 3rd. Back to the beginning here. E, slide to the 3rd, 5, 6, root. Slide to the 3rd, 5, 6, root. Then I can bend that F sharp up to the G sharp. That actually is an E major triad. E, bending up to G sharp, and then I'm using my pinky to grab the perfect 5th. There's a couple cool little double stops up there. The next occurrence of this scale is going to happen on the A string root, so you can think of this bar chord. I'm going to be playing 5, 6, 1. Remember that phrase, it comes again and again. Okay, so I'm finding it there. Some students find that that's a little awkward because they're trying to think of the root of the scale, but it starts on the B. You know, it's just, that's the way it is. Okay, so I find the E note, and then I'm sliding up to its major 3rd. Same thing. So when you map the fingerboard out this way, it's really easy to see the whole thing because you're doing a first finger on the root, then sliding to the 3rd in every single instance. And guess what we do again? 5, 6, 1, slide to 3rd. Okay, so I have from the open position to to the 7th fret. I'm starting on the 7th fret. Now when I get to that G string here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use that middle finger to slide into that G sharp, or major third again. Now if I'm not going completely up the scale, I'm just going to stay here. I would use the ring finger. But if I know I'm going up, I'm going to use the middle finger so that I can make that G string to B string switch again. Now this is a really easy thing to do once you get the hang of it. I'm using a hammer on, E, slide to the G sharp, hammer on, E, slide to the G sharp, hammer on. So see if you can do this. And then I would teach my students to do this cycle 4. So C, then I go F, B flat, E flat, then we go A flat, D flat, F sharp, then B, E, A, D, and finally G. And then you'd have all of them, and you have this mapped out so that no matter what key something's in, you're able to play over it. So we started here. You'll notice we start all over. So these 2 patterns give you every single place on the neck. Starting off open. Now I'm at the 7th fret. Starting at the 7th fret. Now I'm back home. This is what I see professionals and our favorite musicians on recordings use more frequently. Now, I've played thousands of gigs in my life, and I've had to learn so many songs, probably over 10,000 songs in my life over the last 30-some years. This is what people are doing. Whether you're playing in a country band, you're playing in a blues band, you're playing in a classic rock band, a lot of the solos that we're doing are going to be using this extended pentatonic. I was just teaching a student the solo to Money, and there's a descending pattern in B minor pentatonic. It's just that exact same thing backwards. So I'm just going. So that extended pentatonic is used more frequently than these boxes that you might be used to. But this is what Clapton's using on the vast majority of his recordings for his major and minor pentatonic stuff. Now, you might already know this, but C sharp minor pentatonic and E major pentatonic are the exact same notes. So the exact same notes I showed you today would be applicable over C sharp minor. Same thing is true for any of these relative major minor relationships. Clapton often goes up high, and he'll be thinking of the root on his first finger. So, and that's the B.B. King box. We learn that often if we're doing a blues, say B flat. We're finding the root with our first finger, but we're using the middle finger 1 fret higher so that we can get ourselves in position. So if I want B flat on the 11th fret, I slide up on the G string to the 12th. So we do this cycle 4 as well. If I want it in C, in F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. So we just move it around to all the keys so that we get all of them under our fingers, so we're not just stuck in one place all the time. I love that bend on top. All right, well, if this has been helpful, head on over to Patreon. I'm going to have a few diagrams over there and the backing track that you heard that you can download and use for your own practice. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Tons of instructional content is going to be coming out here. And of course, we have the Guitar in a Year course and lots of other stuff on Patreon. Music theory courses and lots of in-depth stuff. Whether you're a beginner all the way up to an advanced professional, there's something that you can learn here. Well, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.